Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. I, Dr. Ryan Matthias, Student Counselor of MAHE, am the Master of Ceremonies for today's webinar on Disability Etiquette conducted by the Department of Student Affairs, MAHE. The Department of Student Affairs, with the support of constituent institutions of MAHE, constantly strives towards the holistic development of all students with a vision to facilitate students' transformation into confident, successful individuals that are worthy citizens of the country. The department gives emphasis to three major components: redressal of students' grievances, students' health, and need-based counseling facility to the students who require support. The main objective of the webinar is to promote more inclusivity and foster a safer community for differently abled persons at the workplace. Manipal Academy of Higher Education, formerly known as Manipal University, a deemed to be university, is located in the town of Manipal, Karnataka. It was established in 1993 and thus celebrated its silver jubilee in 2018. Mahe Manipal has been conferred the title of Institution of Eminence by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. The Academy offers more than 350 courses across 30 streams and 12 program levels, and the total number of students who study in Mahe is over 33,000. As you all know, the main theme of today's webinar is disability etiquette. To speak on the theme, we have with us renowned speaker Mr. Majid Rashid, President of Asian Paralympic Committee and CEO of Dubai Club for People Development. Now, I request Dr. Geeta Maya, Director, Student Affairs Mahe, and Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, MIT Manipal, to formally welcome our renowned speaker and participants, and also introduce the speaker to the participants of this webinar.
Thank you, Ryan. Very good afternoon and warm welcome to all of you to this webinar on disability etiquette conducted by the Department of Student Affairs, MAHE. It's very important to have a basic understanding of disability etiquette that can help to make students and staff more comfortable when interacting with their peers, co-workers, supervisors, and visitors with impairments, and can help to prevent awkward and embarrassing situations to both the parties. This webinar will foster sensitivity amongst all of us towards the issue we are discussing now. And it is my great pleasure to welcome and introduce a very eminent personality, Mr. Majid Rashid, President of Asian Paralympic Committee, CEO of Dubai Club, who is the keynote speaker of today's webinar. Mr. Majid Rashid started his athletic career in 1989 in both athletics and table tennis. After about 10 years of as an elite parathlete, he was asked to manage the United Arab Emirates athletic team at the 1998 Birmingham Athletics World Championships. Since then, he has successfully led various teams at several national and international events, including his role of chef de mission during the Athens 2004 and London 2012 Paralympic Games. Mr. Majid became Secretary General for the United Arab Emirates Disabled Sports Federation and the United Arab Emirates National Paralympic Committee in 2008 and then Vice President in 2012. He is also CEO of the Dubai Club for the Disabled, a local organization sponsored by the Dubai Sports Council, supporting the rights of the people with an impairment to play their developmental role in the community in sports, cultural, and social fields. He has participated in many radio, TV programs, conferences, and forums on raising awareness about sports for people with impairments and the Paralympic movement, and is the designated spokesperson of the United Arab Emirates Disabled Sports Federation. He was also elected as an Asian Paralympic Committee President during the 2014 Asian Paralympic Committee General Assembly in Incheon, Korea. With this brief introduction, I present to you Mr. Majid Rashid and request him to deliver the keynote address. Over to you, sir.
You forget to unmute your mic. So again, Dr. Kita Maya, Director, Department of Students Affairs. Dear all students and everyone joining us today, first I would like to thank Manipal Academy of Higher Education for giving me this opportunity to be with you and to share some of the important topics about disabilities and people with disabilities, which we are using every day. And of course, we will meet everywhere and every day, not just in the universities, probably in our normal life as well. And also, I would like to wish you all health and safe during this pandemic, which is a real challenge for the whole world, not just here in UAE or India. But I believe that the leader and the government of India work very hard to protect their people, and I believe that it is our time now as community to obey all the protocols and to follow all these instruction coming from the governments and health authority. And together, I believe that we can pass this pandemic and we can defeat this virus, because we all believe in our power and our energy whenever we united all together, nation and others, country with others, also people together. So please stay safe and healthy. Probably our presentation today will focus on disability etiquette. And before I jump into the presentation, and I will share it with you, of course, here on the screen, I would like just to share some information. Probably it's going to be, or maybe it will be a valuable information for all of you. The statistics shows that around 15% of the population around the world are people with disabilities. This percentage or these numbers can be increased in some areas and some countries which they face some of challenges, either it is diseases or wars or natural disasters, and it can decrease in other areas and countries which they have a sustainable health program and not any other issues. So the United Nations declared the 15% is the percentage of the people of disabilities out of the population of the world. So we are talking about a big number around us, living with us, and probably in the history, it appears for the first time after the Second World War, when that Second World War ended, a huge number of disabled people came out because of this war. And the Europe probably community mostly wake up in the morning with these huge numbers of people with special needs on wheelchairs, on crutches, on the bed, and they need, of course, special treatment. They need special devices. On the other hand, the most important things, and I want you all to focus on this matter, is the feeling of the person with disabilities is much difficult than the physical disability. Probably you can live with your disabilities when it touch one of your function, either it is your legs or if you are visual impairments, or you are deaf, or you are wheelchair users. By the time you get used to live your life within these disabilities, as I am a wheelchair user, I use my wheelchair. I don't know if it is in the screen, it's behind the table, for more than 35 years. So everything I manage myself to live within this situation or within my situation. But the other things which is much difficult is the inside the body. You're feeling if you don't get the right treatment, if you don't get the equal opportunities, so you will avoid yourself from the normal life. Either it is educational pathway or the entertainment pathway or the sport pathway, because it's not equal environments, it's not equal opportunities. I cannot do whatever you do. This is the most important and difficult part in the life of people with disabilities. So in this presentation, probably we will talk about how can we treat with people with disabilities normally with this etiquette. Now, etiquette, we need it everywhere. It's not just with people with disabilities. Etiquette means if I ask you to give me something and I didn't say thank you, there is something strange in this situation. So you will surprise why he didn't tell me at least thank you. This is the minimum things he can do. If I support him or I give him something, he said thank you. So this is part of etiquette. This is part of the behavior, the communication between you and the other parties, if there is anything in taking place. So in that case, I know that everyone has this etiquette in their normal life. I will show you and I will share with you what is the etiquette when it comes with people with disabilities. So you will add this valuable information to your etiquette, then it's going to be a full of the package. So if you meet anyone, anywhere, anytime, so you will be able to communicate with him in the right way. So let's start our presentation. Of course, if there is anything during the presentation or later on, I'm very free to answer any questions or if it is not clear. So I will start the sharing the presentation. It's on the screen now, I think. Okay, is it there now? You can see it?
Yes, yes.
Great. Okay. So let's start with etiquette of with people of disabilities. By the way, the reason that what I'm trying to deliver this presentation, not just in UAE, around the world, is because of you. Because of you, I believe that you are very kind to listen to us. You are very kind to learn about us. So whenever you take this step forward, of course, you will find me with you. I believe on the community. They are our energy. You are our power. You are our support always. And the only thing that we are not blaming you on is just the awareness about the disabilities and the etiquettes and some of the hints or topics about us. So let's start this presentation, and I think I have some problem here to. Okay, yeah, it's fine now. Okay, there is some basic things to deal with people of disabilities. And this we need to remember it always, because this is, until now, I face this challenge. Many places I go with my families or with my kids. Whenever you will meet someone with disability, either he's using a wheelchair, or he is a visual impairment, or he's having a hearing impairment, whoever. The first things, if you want to interact or to help him in any situation, in your university, in the public places, airport, schools, in the house, within your friends, the first things we do is to ask before we help. This is the most important thing. Why? Because I don't know the situation of this person in front of me. So first thing, I need to ask him, because a lot of people with disabilities, they don't want this feeling of being having someone always to help them. They need to live independently. So you ask him before you help. And remember, after this question, you ask him how I can do it. So for example, if I see a person in a wheelchair, Majid, in front of one of the buildings doors, I'm carrying my laptop bags and some of the documents or files, so I cannot open the door. So you are there at that time. So you ask me, can I help you? And I said, yes, please. Then you said, how do you want me to do it? What should I do? So you don't go directly to push the chair or to open the door and push the chair or carrying something. No, I am the right person to tell you how to help me or how to support me in this situation. So remember, always ask. I don't want to say that to avoid this kind of situation, because many people, they said, I don't want to get into this because I'm afraid that I will do something wrong. No, please do not afraid. We are very friendly and we need you as well everywhere. So asking, can I help you? Then asking, how can I do it? These two things is very important. So the other things in the basics to deal with disabilities, and it happens also with me, you always talk direct to the person. What do I mean about that? When I go with my friend to the, for example, to the airport, we are traveling together, just two of us, and he's able-bodied and I am using my wheelchair. So the desk employee is starting to ask questions before we get the boarding pass, but they don't ask me about my situation. They ask my friend, can he walk? Can he go to the toilet in the plane? Does he need any particular meal? Is he able to drink water himself? He using any medicines? And I'm sitting there. You can talk directly to me. It's showing how do you respect me. I can answer. Do not ignore me to ask my friend about me. The only case you can go through this conversation with my partner is that I am unable to communicate with you. But in the normal, you always remember to talk directly to the person. This will show the most respected conversation. So in that case, what I did at that situation, when she started to ask my friend about my situation, about what I like, what I don't like, so I've been quiet, listening to this conversation until my friend couldn't answer one question, and he suddenly looked at me and he said, Majid, do you want a special pillow or something? I said, I don't know. She asked you, so you need to answer this question. She didn't ask me. So in this funny situation, I made it like I will not answer, but I'm sending message to them. And this happened in restaurants, happen in different part or area of our normal life. So remember to talk always to the person when you want something from him. Always think before talking. What do I mean about that? It's also not scaring you about the situation. It's only to not use some of words, which we will see it in the next slides, which is not good. It doesn't show the respect of the people with disabilities. And some of them jump directly from the first conversation. How did this disability happen to you? That's not a good question from the beginning. Probably I don't want to remember that. Probably it's an accident happened in my life. Probably in that accident, I lost some of my family and I remain on a wheelchair forever in my life. So do not ask about things will embarrass the person with disabilities. Make it a normal conversation. Let it be. Probably he will tell you about his situation if he's comfortable with you. Don't ask about, why your leg is short? What happened to your hand? What happened to your eyes? Don't jump into these questions. Don't put assumptions means do not think yourself. If you want to do something with people with disabilities, always share with them their opinion and their decision. So, for example, if I want to do something now for people with disabilities, either if they are my friends or they are my family or some of my colleagues in the work or in universities, I don't put assumption. I ask first. I get the information from them, because if I do something I don't know, the results or the outcome will be something I don't want to see. Always we said that we be committed to the conversations. Now, in this case, I'm talking about different relationship. This person can be one of your family. The other person can be your friend in university. The other one can be your friend or your colleague in the work. And the rest of them, you can meet them around your daily life, either in or outside your city. So always remember to have the conversations and committed to some areas and don't jump in the others. So this is the basic things we remember now. Always, if we are in a situation of help, we ask, and we ask two questions. They are very important. Can I and how? And the things is always we share and talk direct to the person in any situation, even if he has a challenge in delivering the message for you, or he has a challenge with some cerebral palsy, spasm, and a delay in the response. No, focus on him and talk to him always. Now, what I said in the basics to talk when it comes with people with disabilities, we don't say some words like victim, helpless, lamb, crazy. When we want to describe a person with intellectual disabilities, they said, the crazy. No, we don't say crazy. The crazy is different categories, and they're different totally from seated person. That Majid who is not moving. The disabled person. Yeah, you mean that? No, we don't say these words. Erase it. If it is there, erase it. And urge anyone, when you hear to these words, you said, no, we don't say that. What do we say? A wheelchair user. It's much better. People of determination. We use this words here in United Arab Emirates. The leaders change people with disabilities to people of determination, and we are proud about the new definition of our name here in United Arab Emirates, but it is of course not the official name of United Nations. Person with Down syndrome. You see what I say? Person with Down syndrome, giving the most respect to that person. Person with disability, if I want to identify someone here or there. So always I say these words, and it's much better in the conversation. So now we will move to the different categories of disabilities. First, we will go to the wheelchairs users. When a wheelchair users, the most important things when I talk to a wheelchair users, the eye contact should be at the same level. This is the most important things, and I can do that in 3 ways. Even I grab a chair next to me and I sit. So when I start the conversation, it will be at the same level of the eye contact. Or I go down on my knee to talk to him until the conversation finish. So he don't look at me up and I don't look at him from the top. And the last thing, if I cannot go down or I have a problem also in my legs, or I make a distance of at least 1 meter to talk to him. So when the distance is there, there will be no need for my head to raise it up to talk to you. It's going to be almost in the same level. So remember, one of the most important things when I talk to wheelchair users, I need to be in his eye level, eye contact. So I don't push or touch the wheelchairs for people of determination. What happened, even from my family sometimes, or my friend when I was in university, or even in the work here in my office, some of them, which they don't know yet the etiquette with disability, they push the chair, they play with the chair because it has 4 wheels and it's something like funny that we push it. We don't do this. The wheelchair is an important part of my body. You need to respect it as you respect me. It's not a bicycle, it's not a toy, it's not something that you feel fun to play with. Because if anything happened to this wheelchair, that means I will not be able to move or to do my things normally. So it's like my legs, the wheelchair. So always respect the wheelchairs and keep it as the person you are dealing with. Now there is another thing is happening during the routine life or normal life, even in the school or in universities. There is always pathways dedicated for wheelchairs, like a ramp when you're entering the building, or some of the pathways in the building. So it's a wide pathways, everyone using this, but unfortunately, they block it with obstacles, such as boxes, bags, furniture, or whatever. And we recommend always to keep these pathways and the exits, which is for wheelchairs and for you, always easy and clear. Remember that, because it is in the normal daily life, it is a challenge to remove something or to push something by me as a wheelchair user. Imagine if there is any emergency happened in that building and you have obstacles in the pathway. For you, the able people will run. They will use their legs to jump from here to there. For the wheelchair, they need a clear pathway to exit this building in case of emergencies. So remember, do not block any pathways or exits or entrance with any obstacles. There is another things happening. We do have in the physical disabilities, people using walkers or crutches, or they have amputee. They do have very limited speed when they walk from destination to other, and they need to be very careful on the floor when they are using their devices, such as the crutches and walkers. But unfortunately, some of the areas they have the lack of the signage, the caution signage when they clean the floor. And this is a serious problem because I am concentrating on my way to go and carefully about anything in front of me using my device, and there is a wet floor in front of me, unfortunately without a signage showing me that there is a risk area here, and my falling down will be worse than yours because I don't have control when I do the landing. It's going to be bad landing for me and it will cause me a lot of injuries. So remember always to refresh this information with those people who are doing this kind of cleaning or signage for the floor. Now, the other things also, which is funny, when I go outside with friends, let's say shopping mall, it's a shopping day. So they buy many things as I do, enjoying my day with them. But unfortunately, what happened? They use my wheelchairs as a hangers for their bags, as a trolley to put their bags. They use my table, which I use it in front of me in my wheelchair, as a table to put their things. And probably some people said, it's no problem, they are your friends. No, it is a problem because I am there to enjoy my time. This is my wheelchair. I do respect it and you need to respect it. Imagine myself in the shopping mall with tons of plastic bags around me, hanging them behind the wheelchairs, in front of the wheelchairs, any place they can store there because they don't want to carry it. At least they want the freedom. Whatever you want, I want as well. But they use this until now. Last week I saw a mother, an old lady in a shopping mall. Their kids, their families, using her wheelchairs, storing everything. Their bags, their plastic bag, the shopping bags on her wheelchairs. And she's sitting like on the side. She's upset. She was sad. I think she was happy when she know that they will go to have a dinner outside or to shopping mall. But in this situation, we make her upset. You don't know about her feeling inside. So avoid everyone to use the wheelchair as a carrying for your things, even if he is related to you within your family. Either he's your brother, sister, your son, your father. And he said, no, it's fine, no problem. He's my friend. No, he's my son. Just respect him. Probably he will not tell you, but he will feel it from inside, a very bad feeling. Now, the last things probably in the wheelchairs users etiquette, always to respect the personal space dedicated to them. Now, this is very important for us because we want to enjoy the show, for example, in the stadium. We want to enjoy the match. We want to enjoy the fireworks. We want to enjoy the singers when they come on the stage. So when a public place is and there is many people around, I need space in front of me because I'm shorter than you. I'm sitting on a wheelchair. I'm not standing and jumping, or I can climb to see. I need my space in front of me clear. Unfortunately, what happened that people blocked the view in front of me and the wheelchair users. They don't mean it, but they don't know what is the important that I want to enjoy this show or this event like you. So remember, always if you see someone blocking in front of a wheelchair user, ask him politely, please, can you give him space? Please, can you come this side? So I enjoy and you enjoy, everyone will enjoy. And if I have a human in front of me standing, blocking, so it's useless to be there. It is like you are shouting on me, why did you come? It is only for us. The disabled people are not welcome here. It is this message. So remember always to respect the personal space which is dedicated in front of the wheelchair in case of events or shows or any other activities. So now we will move to the visual impairments, and the visual impairments here divided into 3 categories. The blind 1, blind 2, and blind 3, and the difference between them is blind 1 is totally blind. He cannot see nothing, so he always use the smart sticks, and he always probably needs someone to lead him within the spaces, either it is open or indoor spaces. And blind 2 are those people who can identify shadows, or they can see a foggy pictures, which is not very clear, but at least they can manage to see big obstacles or big things, not the small things probably, and they cannot identify the person sharply. Blind 3 is the other level of visual impairment, which they can, with the special glasses, identify the person closely when they come. And also, if they come close to the board, if there is any announcements or any advertising or any important information, so they can come very close with their to the wall or to the announcement, and they can read it, but not from far away. And there always be a foggy picture in front of them. So what do we say in these cases? Now, first of all, we need to introduce ourselves. Remember always, because they cannot see us. They don't know that we are in the room or in the class or in the place that he is there. Hello. Hi. James, for example, this is Majid. Hi, Majid, how are you? So he know that someone with him now, or someone new came to the room or to the place. So whenever you introduce yourself, I will tell you some of the secrets also. The people with visual impairments who lost their ability to see, they have another gift from the God. They have the memory. They have a huge memory inside, which is still under the study of those universities. Because if you spend some time with a visual impairment person, he will record your voice. You just try and come after 10 years. Directly when you said, hello, James, you said, hi, Majid. That's something from the God. This is a gift. So because of that, we recommend always to showing the respect for him and introduce ourselves whenever we come to a place. Now, there is another thing when we are offering a support or help. Probably you will face this many places. You see a blind person trying to go from destination A to destination B, even if it is in your workplace or outside. So first of all, we remember, can I help you? He said, yes, please. How can I do it? Can you take me to the toilet, please? Yes, I can. So you offer him your hand. Do not pull his hand. Do not hold him like this and pull him behind you. No, you offer his hand to him. Let him hold you, either here, here, or on the shoulder. He will take the good position for him, the comfortable and safe position for him. And then you start your journey slowly. So remember, we don't take him, we offer him our hand. And during the journey, this is the most important things. Probably we will start a conversation during this short trip from here to there. Remember always, it is good things to have this conversation, but do not forget to describe the obstacles in front of you, because you can see that there is a step, there is a table, there is a chair, there is a door, but he cannot see. He relied on you. So you tell him, James, we have one step here in front of us. It's a small one. So he can recognize that there is a step, then he will move his leg. Be careful, James, there is a door. We will open it now. Oh, there is a chair in front of us. Don't worry, there is a tree here, but it's... So remember to describe the things. Don't forget in your conversation to tell him what is in front. because it's always important for him. And within our environment, even in university or in the work or in the house, there is another gift that God gave to the person with visual impairments. It is like much advanced than Google Map. Whenever he saved the route between A to B, either from the car to his house, to his room, inside the room, from the office, from your office, from the director office, in the universities, from this class to this library, he will save it within his much more advanced than what they call it Google Map. So he will be able with his stick to go himself to that place. So what happened here, if we change this furniture, if we change this environment, we bring something, we change something, so his memory according to the previous situation. So always remember to tell him, don't forget that we change this, we change this, we change that. So he will get it updated to his route and it will be saved there in his memory. The other things, if you will see some of the advantages in our daily life is the guide dog. The guide dog are very well trained to this purpose, either for wheelchair users or people with visual impairments. They can be trained to take you everywhere. They can be trained to carry your bag. They can be trained to get you out of the risky areas or places, and they are very well trained. I can tell you that. We tried them in UK and also in Germany. And in this case, you always avoid to go deeply with the dog because he's been trained for specific things. He's not a normal dog. So do not go over or deeply into and interact with the dog because this will probably get him confused about what he is supposed to do. Don't play with the dog, don't push the dog, don't do anything because he's, as I told you, he's like a device, very smart to do something for those people. So as we said here, it's written, we'd always explain all the steps around and setups and the barriers whenever we are supporting person with visual impairments. If there is also within the visual impairments, you will see two things probably. Mostly you will see the stick, the smart stick, and the dog. Both of them is, if you have the curiosity to ask, it's fine, but do not go through and play with the sticks or something to avoid any embarrassing situation in the future. Okay, so this is what about the visual impairments. Now we will go to the dwarfs, and why do I want to focus on this? Because I saw many movies, series, many things which I wasn't happy about, not only me. They use them as a joke and they use them for funny things, and they misunderstand the real meaning of the humanity and respect. So we raised a campaign on this here in United Arab Emirates, and we success to correct the pathway of those people. So whenever you see this in front of you, we basically tell you that in the communication, also with those which you think that they are short and funny, no, they are human and they have their own life and they have feeling. That's the important thing, as you have. So the eye contact also is important. We talk to them on their level. We don't make jokes. We don't kiss on their head always. We don't put our hand on their head as playing, because the level of their head is is in about your hand, so you're always playing. Give them always attention. They love to have. By the way, they have a great sense of humor. They do a lot of funny stories, and this is also gift from the God. I mean, not everyone can do this within a community or within a group of people. So remember my advice: whenever you want to have fun with them, you laugh with them, not on them. So if you want to enjoy your time, or you want to enjoy the things with to have fun with them, do it with them, not use them to make this. This is very important things, and it is sensitive as well. And do not overact with them. Just deal with them normally, naturally. Now we will go to the hearing impairments, or hearing people with difficulties in hearing, or they call it the deaf people. Now this is very important, because also let me enter it from this way. The words make difference. Now, for example, the word thank you, when you do something to other, it giving you a satisfaction. You feel comfortable when someone tell you thank you very much, and you said you're most welcome anytime. But imagine that if I tell you, please, can you give me your phone? I need to call my father, and you gave me your phone, and I call and give you the phone without even saying thank you. There is a strange thing here, and you will surprise it. At least I didn't ask him for money. Different words can change your mood. Words can make your day. Words can destroy your mood. So the words is important. I love you, I like you, thank you, good morning, how is it your health today? This is the magic of the words. I can do your raise your mood, and I can destroy your mood. So the people with hearing impairments, they don't hear about these words, either good words or bad words. So imagine, they are very sensitive. They are very, I don't want to say aggressive. They are not aggressive, but they are, they don't listen to us. They don't listen to you. They always trying to communicate with their sign language, with their hands. But these words, which make the person comfortable, relax, they don't hear it. So that's why you feel like they are tension, but they are not. They are not tension. So there is a topics, important things now when it comes with dealing with people with hearing impairments. If you do this, so you will be the perfect person who respects those people. Now, the first things when you, and by the way, this is one of which we call a hidden disability. The hidden disability. The hidden disabilities that you meet a person, but you don't know that he has a disability. The wheelchair, you can see it, and you know that he's a person with disabilities. But the person with hearing impairments, he has a totally normal body like you, and you don't know that he has this challenge or has this disability. Even the intellectual disabilities, mostly they are hidden disabilities. So we don't surprise when we come up with the communication and discover that he is a person with hearing impairments. First thing, you need always to keep your eye contact with him, always, especially when he cannot talk and he cannot hear. The only communication way he has with you is his eyes. So don't throw your eyes away from him. Always be with him. Even if you don't understand the sign language, that's not a problem. Not everyone will learn the sign language. He know that you don't know the sign language, but at least we want to show him that you are doing your best to do this communication and to help him if he needs a service, information, or other things. So keeping your eye contact with him will keep him comfortable and showing a respect. Now, if there is anyone related within your departments or university or anywhere speaking this sign language, so you ask him immediately to come, because he will translate this to you until you learn the sign language. This is the first things. Okay, we don't have this sign language person here within our environment or office. What shall I do? So I take a piece of paper and start to write for him, and he will start to write for me. This is a way of communication. What do you want? He said, I want to see the doctor, or I want to get this to the class, or whatever it is. So I will write for him. So I give him attention, a full attention. I don't panic. I don't show him that there is a problem coming here, because what happened when I discover some places when I go, they discover that this person has a disability or hearing impairments. Suddenly they change their face. They're showing like they are surprising. They're panic. Oh, he's something strange coming. Aliens. No, he's not. Take it easy. Yes, always keep your smile. Even if you know, you have many ways to communicate with him. You do your best. But if you couldn't reach, at least you did your best. And this will show how you respect him with that person. On the other hand, there is something also important things. If they are within our family or within our friend groups or within our university students, and we plan to do something. Now there is a conversation taking place between the students, and we wanted to do something. What? We want to make a party for someone, or we want to go to the beach together, all of us. And there is one person, a student with us, with hearing impairment. He cannot understand, he cannot hear you, he cannot share with you this. So he cannot also suggest. So whatever it has been decided, he should come and do it. And that's also wrong. We need to show him that he's a part of this friendship. He's part of the decision. He's part of the entire conversation in a way or other. So if we decided something, then we jump to him. We try to sign language. We said we go to the beach, we go to cinema, we go to park. What do you think? And he will choose the cinema. Probably if the majority choose together, then it's fine. But the thing is to share with him, not to ignore him. Whenever you share with him, he will feel really that you are respecting him. If you ignore him, something bad will happen inside. Probably he will not say something, but you will keep him upset and sad. The last thing is also some of the people, when they saw a hearing device with a person with hearing impairments, because there is some new technology hearing device, they can put it in their ear, and it can increase the ability to hear something. So they shouted, they started to shout, hello, no, we don't have, you don't have to shout. Don't shout. Even if you shout, you bring a microphone, the situation is the same, but shouting in a place, in a public place, in the office or somewhere, showing that you are not respecting this person. Don't shout. Just try to communicate in the way that we are presenting here in the presentation. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do, and you will be perfect. Now we will go to the cerebral palsy, and I believe that the cerebral palsy is the combination of disabilities between physical and intellectual. Most of the people think that the cerebral palsy are intellectual disabilities and mental disabilities, and that information is wrong. 90% of the cerebral palsy are having the combination of disabilities, the spastism, the delay in the response within the function. They are using wheelchairs. Some of them can walk slowly, but their mind, their brain is 100% perfect. So they can do the normal things that you do. They can think, they can call, they can do an exam, they can study, they can do everything within a limited functionality of the response of the muscles and the body. But they can live normally. Now, in this case, if we deal with someone or we meet someone with cerebral palsy, I try to use the easy terminology, some of the words, not difficult, not complicated, because I need to start this conversation and I need to know exactly what do he want and what he is trying to deliver to me, a message. So I give him enough time to speak and explain. Don't feel bored, because they will need time. They will need time to talk. For example, some of them, if they want to ask you about a bottle of water, they will need time to explain this to you. Be patient. Let him repeat once, twice. If you didn't understand, give him the time. They have this. They have this, but you need to be patient. Don't panic. Don't be scared. He wanted to tell you that I want to drink the water. So this is important things when it comes with cerebral palsy. Now the cerebral palsy divided into many groups. Some of them you don't feel like they are cerebral palsy because the level of their disabilities is much better than the others. And some of them, yeah, they have the severe impairments and they do need a special electric chair to move around, and they need a special ramp to go to their vehicles, and they need a special treatment also when it comes with the conversation. So you will find it's not all in one bone. We cannot say cerebral palsy, all of them are the same. But remember, 90% of them, which you will see them, they have a great brain and they can take their decision on behalf of themselves. Now, the mental disabilities or the intellectual disabilities is the last categories of those persons if we meet. Now, also the statistics shows that the 15%, which we are talking in the first slide about the 15% of the total population of the world are people with disabilities. Now, more than 6% or 7% of this 15% are intellectual disabilities, and they can be Down syndrome and they can be another intellectual disabilities because of the family relative without doing the necessary check between them as families, and there is an accident cause some of the intellectual disabilities. So they are a big world, a huge world with different challenges. So in this case, person with intellectual disabilities are the only categories from our categories all which they need our support always. Because for me, I just need an equal environment and I need an etiquette when you deal with me. That's it. I can drive my car, I can go to university, I can do whatever myself. People with intellectual disabilities, probably we need always to take decision on behalf of them and try to support them always. Now let's go through the important things when it comes with dealing with intellectual disabilities or mental disabilities. Now, if you face this situation anywhere and you meet people with intellectual disabilities, either he's young or big, they are all about the same. Because in this case, what is the science said? The body is growing up, but the brain stopped in the year 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, depending to the intellectual disabilities case. But you will see a body growing up. So that doesn't mean that the brain inside matching with the age of this person. So always try to smile on his face, a warm smile, not overact. Communicate with him with the easy words and change it if he doesn't understand it. So if I say to someone, do you want us to go to have meal? So he don't know exactly what do you mean. Do you want to eat? Do you need a sandwich? So you, whenever you talk, you change until he understand you and he's trying to communicate with you. We don't touch them, we don't lift them, never, unless we know them, if they are within our family. But if it is in a strange place or the first time you met them, we don't touch them unless we know or we ask before doing that. The other things is don't go too far in communication. Although they have challenge or intellectual disabilities, but still they can calculate some of the situations. So if you overact with them, and you give them more far than the others, so they will misuse this. How do they will misuse it? They will try to have a tricky things, because he know that you are, you love him and you give him more passion and over acting with him. So he will use that in getting money or eating chocolates or going out. So show normal communication when it comes with dealing with different matters. Now, if you face, and this is also my request, not just an advice, a request, in a public places, normally we find kids getting lost from their families. But it is worse when this kid or when this person with intellectual disabilities. This is most dangerous situation you will face. I hope that you are not facing this, but because we are having a lot of activities and we are going outside and there is crowded places either in India or here in Dubai and United Arab Emirates. So if you ever face someone with intellectual disabilities in a place he's lost from his family, please help him. How? The first thing is you are coming slowly towards him with a warm smile. So he will feel comfortable that you are not overacting, you are not shouting, you are not trying to grab his hand and take him. No, you don't do nothing. You just go closer. Some of you will think, what if I go close and he punch me or he beat me? I said, don't worry. Don't worry. If he is in a public place, make sure that their families brought him. He is a peaceful and he's safe. But now he is in a situation need your help. So go close, a little bit closer. Try to ask him with easy words. How are you? Where is your father? Where is your mother? Where is your brother? Probably when he get in confidence with you, he will try to talk. He will talk to you. Then you find if there is any phone numbers or there is any guide that you can get to his family, father, mother, or brothers, or wherever it is, if it is in a public place. But remember, don't leave him, even if you are in a hurry, because you are sent by the God. Don't leave him until you are sure that he is safe. If you are sure that he's safe, because the other people probably didn't go through this presentation. They don't know the etiquette of dealing with disabilities. They don't know what they do. It happens here in Dubai. Once in one of the most famous parks in Dubai, there was a situation of autism. person, he has a challenge within his situation. He started to shout, he started to get cried. No one is there. His family, I think, in another area. The security didn't know how to deal with him. The people there, they don't know how to deal with him because they don't have this small package of education or awareness. So it was risky. Then when I know about this situation later on, I went to the security, the front line people who are working with the customers. I gave them all some of this kind of presentation, and there is a deeply also with different cases and different scenarios. We do have another presentation, but it's not for you at this level. It's only the basics that we are talking about here. Each category has deeply to know what to do and what not to do for those certain areas, especially the parks and the open areas, which has a lot of people. So stay there. Don't leave him until you make sure that he is safe. Now, I came up to the end by this slide of my presentation. On behalf of Dubai Club for People of Determination and Asian Paralympic Committee, again, I would like to thank you very much. Before I end this, I want to share with you something which I believe very much. Now, many people think that the person with disabilities have limited power or energy than others. They cannot do. And this is not just in our countries, India and Dubai and United Arab Emirates. It's all over the world. It has been a long journey until we change the perspective. We change the conception, the concept of the disabilities. You know what we did? As you see in my profile, we use the sports to convince you. We use the sports to show the government and the people and the families that we are able to raise our country flag. We are able to get those crowded around the world to stand up for the national anthem of India. We are able to show the people how the Indian flag raised. So believe on us. So we use the sport as a tool to change you. On that, we build another bridge with you. I know that you are a very friendly, kind people in my community. I wanted to raise your knowledge, the awareness, to know what is the disabilities and who are the disabled. It is not me. Probably it's you. Because if I go with my friend in your university, an able-bodied friend, and we talk together, I am in a wheelchair and he's walking. Everything is normal until we reach to an entrance with stairs. My journey will stop here. My friend can climb by his leg and go up. So it's not me, it's the building disabled me to get in. So this is very important. We can create these barriers and obstacles within our communities and showing that they are a disabled person. The building is shouting, you are a disabled, stop there. You cannot enter my building. But if there is a ramp, I will continue my journey with my friend inside, finish my work, go outside, getting into my car, no one will feel. Then I will compete with you in the field of education or in the work outside. We all wanted to serve our countries. And in India, as the president of the Asian Paralympic Committee, I had the privilege, and it was my pleasure to meet an Indian athlete, an example of the Indian person. He's motivated, he's inspiring the world. His disability didn't stop him. he never stopped. And there is a million of them in India. So they are an example, a story of inspiration, determination, motivation. Do you know who is the disabled person, the real disabled person in the world? The one who the God gave him everything, good health, good body, but he didn't use these things or these gifts for serving himself, his family, and his country. And he wasted in different things, in crimes or in problems or in many things. This person we can call disabled. But the other who challenge his disability, who show his ability, we never call him disabled. He is a story for us. So thank you very much again, and I wish you all success, and please stay safe and healthy. It is a pleasure to be with you today. I would like to thank Dr. Maya again, and also the Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mahi, I think it is right or no, Mahi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on disability etiquette and sharing your experience and views with all of us. I now request Mr. Roshan Devi Jatanna, Deputy Director, Student Affairs Mahe, and faculty in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at MIT Manipal, who took keen interest in organizing this webinar to propose the vote of thanks.
I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our eminent speaker, Mr. Majid Rashid, who is the President of Asian Paralympic Committee, for accepting our invitation and inspiring us with his words. I'm sure each one of us will strive towards more inclusivity and foster a safer community for differentially abled persons. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank all the distinguished invitees, faculty members, and students for their constant support and motivation. I also take this opportunity to thank Mr. Vimal Daniel for all his support while coordinating this webinar. My special thanks to all the participants from various institutions for showing their interest and taking time out of their busy schedule to be a part of this webinar. I would like to thank the host of today's function, Dr. Ryan Matthias, for comparing today's program, and also Mr. Calvin D'Souza for providing technical support. Further, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Geeta Maya, Director Student Affairs, Mahe, for her rock-solid support and encouragement. Special thanks to all the Deputy Directors and Office Associates of the Department of Student Affairs for their extended support and encouragement. Thank you.
Have you allowed me, please? I want to thank Roshan in this situation. I would like also, to thank Roshan to invite me and coordinate this, and it is great also to be here. Roshan, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Once again, I thank all the participants. If you have any queries, kindly mail them to dsa.mahe@manipal.edu and they will be forwarded to the speaker. Thank you and wish you a good evening.